I know that he could.
But this team has not reached its summer goal yet.
Well, it's definitely the beauty and the beast again tonight, part two, because they're a team that skates well. We do a lot of bumping, they do a lot of finishing, a lot of skating, a lot of passing. So we're going to go after them pretty hard here tonight.
The Portland Rage started slowly, but went on a rampage that has continued throughout the playoffs. This team high scoring and skilled on the wheels. A mixture for this club of Russian players and North American talent that is gelling at the right time, but still there's some business left.
In game one, we came out kind of flat. They jumped on us early, and we had to struggle to come back, which we did, and fell just a little bit short. Tonight's game, we need to come out hard and get a lead on them. We need to shut down Beccarelli. Can't have 7 goals on us anymore. That's got to stop. And then our power play just got to pick it up. We got to play our game. We play our game, we'll be successful. We'll win this.
It's the finesse of Portland against the physical play of Buffalo. The next stop, the RHI title. From Western New York, the 1994 RHI Championship comes down to Portland against Buffalo for the league title. ESPN presents Roller Hockey International Championship 1994. Tonight from Buffalo, New York, it's Game 2 of the RHI Championship as the Portland Rage take on the Buffalo Stampede. Hi again, everybody. Craig Benervini, whether in your favorite sports bar, your favorite couch, nice to have you along with us for our RHI Championship. Portland and Buffalo should be something else. The second year of the RHI, both teams with fine seasons. Buffalo, one of the best teams in the league. Portland had a very strong finish, garnering much of the attention then. Both teams have pushed their way to this championship final. Portland only defeated the defending champs, Anaheim. Buffalo knocked off the top-ranked team in the league, the Minnesota Arctic Blast. Buffalo took Game 1. They only need to win Game 2 here tonight. But if Portland takes it, then we go to a 12-minute minigame to decide it, and we'll have it here right for you. Buffalo's been a big story here in Western New York, front page in the newspaper, the local TV sportscast. Everybody talking about John Beccarelli, who will be due for a big pinch from one of his Italian aunts after this thing is all over. This guy, incredible. 7 goals in Game 1, league record 10 points, 22 goals in the playoffs over just 8 games. His shot is hard. He can pick the corners, too. They've also got an outstanding goalie. Nick Batusi had Portland shaking their heads. The high-scoring Rage after Game 1. Amazing saves. It's been a fine playoff run for him as well. But Buffalo went into Minnesota in the same situation. Lost Game 1. They won Game 2 and the miniseries to get to here. So they know it could happen very easily if this high-flying Rage team plays the way it can. For more on Portland, down to our buddy Jim Fox. How you doing, Jim?
Not too bad, Craig. There's no doubt what Portland wants to do is play an up-tempo game. Their team is filled with skilled players. They scoot, they skate, a very creative bunch of players who can really bring that puck and put it to the net. They get a lot of offense from a lot of different players. But one guy to keep an eye on, Jerry St. Cyr. He had 42 goals in the regular season to lead the entire league. He's a gritty, a grinder type of offensive player. He doesn't mind to mix it up, but finds time to get to those scoring areas. But I think the real key to Portland, a defenseman, Chris Balasevic. Outstanding player. His numbers are great offensively, but the numbers don't tell the whole story. Balasevic's the type of player that does everything. He skates, he hits, he carries the puck, he passes the puck. He plays so much time on the floor, he won't even come off the floor at times. A great player who can do it all. Once again, we get that great matchup. The Grinders of Buffalo against the Speedsters of Portland. Should be a great game. Back up to you, Craig.
Jim can't wait for it. I'll tell you, Buffalo fans here, but all too familiar with letdowns on championship night. The Stampede hope to change that tune as they battle Portland for the RHI Championship next on ESPN.
Want to learn how to stick handle, skate, pass, shoot, pick out gear and avoid penalties?
Yeah.
You got to pick up the phone and get Sticks and Stones.
What's that?
Sticks and Stones, the video. It's the hottest new inline roller hockey instructional video on the planet.
No way.
Way. Call 1-800-ROLLER4. And call now. It's only $19.95 and we pay the shipping. Call 1-800-ROLLER4. SCA, Leaf, Richard, the Stanley Cup.
Here's the video that's 54 years in the making. Now you can catch all the action from this year's Stanley Cup Championship, both on and off the ice. With exclusive interviews and footage, watch the New York Rangers break the curse. Catch all the action for only $1994. Join the celebration. Blockbuster congratulates the New York Rangers on winning the Stanley Cup.
The Rage starting lineup tonight. Lance Carlson in the net. Chris Balasevic, one of the best defensemen in the league. On the back line, Brian Downey, Andy Grimshaw, Jerry St. Cyr. They don't come much better than this foursome. Portland thinks it's the finest in the league. They had quite a year. And the Buffalo Stampede, Nick Vitucci in the net. John Blessman and high-scoring defenseman Tom Nemeth on the back line. Beccarelli, the big scorer, and Lenny Socio are up front. Lance Carlson, 29 years of age, lives in Vancouver. Took over the #1 job after getting picked up from San Jose on June 29th, and that changed the fortune for Portland on their 94 campaign. Nick Vitucci, a busy goaltender. He played more than anybody else in the league this season. In the playoffs, he's been undefeated, only beaten in a shootout, a .635 goals against average. He's from North Tonawanda, Welland, Ontario, 27 years of age. Condon and Monahan will wear the orange band. Scott Brinkman, the referee. Beccarelli and Jerry St. Cyr, two guys appropriately starting it off. They will be the focus. Both are big scorers. St. Cyr second in the league of the playoffs. Beccarelli is #1, and we are underway with the championship. Nice to have you along. Hope you've been here for all 17 weeks. If not, good to have you for the final. Quick shot on Vitucci, and he makes the stop, and quickly Buffalo comes out. No offside if you carry it over. Nemeth with a shot, stopped by the goaltenders. Lance Carlson, and Portland quickly goes out the other way. They're in the black, Buffalo in the white with the purple pads. They have been unbeatable here in the auditorium. A 10-0-1 record in the regular season. The only team that did not lose a game in regulation at home. In the playoffs, they've continued that team. 2-1. Shot scored! Deflected off the skate of Jerry St. Cyr. And Portland, 45 seconds in, has got the first goal of the game. Looks like it hit the skate of St. Cyr in front.
Here, St. Cyr taking it down. Actually, St. Cyr driving to the net, and it does go off his skate, so that's the reason Buffalo is having a few words with the officials. Remember, the puck has to be directed in with the stick only. Whoa! St. Cyr was kind of dragging that foot, just trying to bring it back up onto his stick, but it didn't hit his stick at all. The movement was a kick, not necessarily towards the net, but it's up on the board. Portland's happy. They get the first goal tonight.
A nice way to start it off, unless you're Buffalo. A little controversy on the goal. I didn't think he directed it, though, Jim. It hit his left skate. He may have been trying to move it to the stick. And Portland will take it, especially on the road. They talked about getting off to a big start. Buffalo, on the other hand, wants to quiet down the high-flying Rays. They come in with their Russian line. Slivchenko dumping back, score! Sergei Stas off the feed from Vadim Slivchenko, and the Russians make it 2-0, a minute 14 in. Does this look familiar to that Buffalo-Minnesota game?
Something of a trend picking up already. After seeing Portland play, their skilled players, watch what they do to Buffalo here. They back them off. One man drives to the net. Great dive there by Berdnikov away from the puck, and then allowed Stoss to come in for the draw pass. But all that motion, Stoss picks the right time. He's known for just being a stay-at-home guy, but there's all kinds of room right down the slot. A quick wrist shot, and Portland leads 2-0. All that speed backs you off. You have to try and slow them down up the floor.
They are so quick, the Russian players. Alex Hicks, the captain for Buffalo, grabbing the puck, number 94. He'll turn 25 in about a week. Out of Calgary, Alberta, lost control in front. Now Hicks, oh, big check by Hicks. Did he ever flatten Sergei Berdnikov, number 7. Here's John Hendry. 7 points so far in the playoffs. He runs right into Slivchenko. And now the goaltender Carlson will pounce on it. Let's talk a little bit about this Portland club, a unique club as you look at Alex Hicks. A lot of Russian players that have helped them get here.
And they did it with offense. They beat Vancouver in the first series. Vancouver winning first overall in the Northwest Division. Calgary, a very good team. And then Anaheim, the defending champions. Only fourth seed to win a playoff series in Portland coming on. Watch this hard check. Alex Hicks on Sergei Burnikoff. Hicks goes the other way. One thing with these Russian players, there's a good look at the captain for Buffalo. They take a hit. They're skilled, they're offensive, but they don't mind being hit. Once you hit them hard like that, they get right back at you. Alex Hicks does it at both ends of the floor for the Stampede. He plays hard defense, and he can join that play.
Carlson, by the way, getting an assist on the Stoss goal. One thing nice about the RHI, the goaltenders can get involved in the scoring as well. Bertuzzi had 5 assists during the regular year and 3 more in the playoffs, and Carlson picks up a point. A rarity indeed in the world of ice hockey. Haven't seen a goal yet, though, by the RHI netminders. Don Komarov, number 14. This is the third line for Portland, and they will really use the first 2 lines almost exclusively. Dennis Holland, number 15, drops it for Tim Conyer coming in. Nice move, shot, and stopped by Bertuzzi. And at this point, after giving up 2 quickies, no save is an easy one. Beccarelli, the big scorer, squeaks ahead. Conyer goes back to play it. Then he scored the first goal in RHI history for Team Canada a couple of years ago in an exhibition tour. And he also scored the first goal in Portland history last year. Beccarelli goes after it. Conyer dumps it back in. Now Mike Zakharov has it, and yes, he prefers Mike. He's living in the U.S. now. Mikhail, big check along the board by Zakharov, I believe it was. And there's going to be a whistle and a boarding penalty, and Buffalo will get a chance to stem the tide here and take over as they get a power play chance. 9:16 remaining. Big start here for the visiting Rage. And the championship game, they lead by a deuce.
They're bad, they're cool, they're RHI t-shirts. Call 1-800-733-4976 between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for your limited edition Roller Hockey International t-shirts. They're only available through this special TV offer. Tie-dyes, baseball shirts, team tees, tees for kids, and more. Quick, skate to the nearest phone and call 1-800-733-4976. Use your Visa or MasterCard to get your favorite RHI team t-shirts. That's 1-800-733-4976. Order now, they're awesome.
Sure. Unsure. Sure. Unsure.
Just the feet weren't going the way I want them to go and the way I need them to go, and you know, that's just some days you come out flat and some days you come out sharp, and today was a little bit of a flat day for me.
What does this mean to you, Jack? Can you finally say, now I'll give myself the rest that I've been looking for a while? Can we expect you to be gone for a while?
Well, I'm not scheduled to play until Lyon, which is...
Penalty at 2:44, the oldest player on the Rage. And here's why. Well, Caesar Haroff, all he's trying to do is get out of the way, but you see him drive ahead, and the Buffalo player right at the board, kind of like roped him around the top of the net, then threw him in. Boarding was the call. So right now, Buffalo gets his first power play chance of the night. Buffalo power play, 5th in the RHI. You can see the percentage of 53%. And Portland killing it off, also at 53%. In the regular season, that's 13th in the league. X is in the corner, back deep, looking for Beccarelli. It's picked off by Brian Downey, another big scorer for Portland. It's Balasevic. He is a talented, offensive-minded defenseman. And you can see offense very often is on the minds of the penalty killers in the RHI. Very often, Jim, we've seen it. One offensive mistake leads to a chance on the other end. Beccarelli got that big shot to Jay Neal at the left point. Bergeron is in deep. They're holding for the Beccarelli shot. Stopped by the goaltender Carlson off a tip. And he tucked it between the pads.
No doubt what Buffalo is trying to do. Get the puck to Beccarelli. Here's a one-time shot. There's a good look at the head coach of the Buffalo Stampede. Trying to get things set up here on the power play. Keeping it simple with Beccarelli. Buffalo Stampede, they're in the finals over New Jersey, Montreal, and Minnesota. The overall champions in the regular season, beating them in the mini-game. Buffalo finished the season first in the Atlantic League. Beccarelli, quick shot, blocked, goes to the side. They beat Montreal in a shootout, which may have been a pivotal game, game 1 in the second series. And then down 1-0 to Minnesota, they went into the Target Center, perhaps surprised themselves as well.
7 goals, including 3 goals, 2 assists in the mini game, which is really just 1 quarter. Pecorelli, there he is. Why is he so effective? Well, he's got a big shot, and he can also pick the corners. That's a brutal combination for a goaltender to try and deal with.
And Peg, also, no hesitation from Pecorelli. He eyes that goal as soon as he gets the puck. He knows exactly what he wants to do with it, so he drives right there. What Portland doing here on the penalty kill, taking the puck away from Pecorelli. 2 men on the penalty kill, way up high to the top, so Pecorelli can't get a clear shot off.
9 seconds on the penalty. Neal, a quick shot, but if Carlson has a clean look at it and nobody deflecting, he'll be stopping that shot all game long. In game 1, Buffalo won at 11-8. They had a 7-4 lead at 1 point. And a 9-5 lead, trimmed to 9-8 with 2.5 to go. And then Pecorelli with a couple more. A 10-point game, Jimmy was only in 10 of 11 goals. And on top of all that, he had a whopping 8 shots. Gary St. Cyr in the 7-point game. John Black knows he's got a...
Sergei Andre Bagin, softer, you're up.
There you hear him calling those European, the Russian name.
He's got a team that has a lot of skill, a lot of creative power to him to punch. They bounce around out there. That's the team he wanted. He wanted to go with some speed. He picked up a lot of European players, and it's working.
Not even a stumble with those names. He's been doing my job tonight. Alex Hicks almost lost it. We're even Steven again. 4-on-4 in Roller Hockey International. Hicks goes to the near side. Hendry trying to play it. Now Berdnikov in the corner, number 7. Look at him. Ward off the D. Shot, score! Great setup for Bashirov. And Andrei Bashirov and Sergei Berdnikov, 2 guys who grew up one another, together, back home in Russia. And you can see their play. They know where one another are.
They have that instant radar. Berdnikov, great job behind the net, and he comes around with that backhand. He doesn't have to wait. And it's kind of just a drag wrist shot by Bashirov. He picks the low corner. But the low play by Berdnikov wants to protect the puck. He gets his arm out. They try to grab. They try to slash. It doesn't work. And then finally, at the right time, Bashirov picks that spot. But you mentioned it, Craig. Berdnikov knows that Bashirov is going to get open for him. He knows he's going to find him somewhere. They know where each other is going to go without looking. 3-0 Portland.
Wow, big start. Neal coming in, knocked down. Cerrone goes after the puck. It's in his face. And Portland comes out again, flying 3-on-2. Shevchenko's shot off the glove of Petrucci. Up into the crowd, a sizable crowd on hand in his always friendly confines of Buffalo. The fans just terrific out here in Western New York. Jim, the playoff format, 16 teams started it all off in August. But the big point there, I think, is the second point.
Exactly, a 2-game series, tied 1-1. If Portland wins this one in the first 48 minutes, they go to that mini game. Only 12 minutes, the season's on the line. If it's still tied, then you go to a shootout, and I know that's happened in the Olympics, it happened in the World Cup of Soccer. It may happen here tonight. Comes down to 5 players, 1-on-1 against the goaltender.
You hear that trumpet in the background. That is the trumpeteer from, I guess, Quebec City it is. In the NHL season, he gets them going with that Let's Go Buffalo cheer that's very familiar in these parts. Rick Corriveau up to Jay Neal. Buffalo on the attack. Chris Bergeron coming in. Puts it in front. Deflection off the stick of Cerrone. And a stop made by Carlson. So if the story in game 1 was, at least defensively, Nick Petrucci, early on it's been Carlson. Let's come up with a big stop. Penalty upcoming now. Buffalo in the attacking zone. Jason Cerrone will be heading off to the box. Looks like an interference call upcoming.
Not the type of penalty you want to take. Look at the puck. It's 200 feet away, and Cerrone just throws down. I think it was St. Cyr on the way to the puck. Interference is the call. Cerrone likes to play that gritty style, and he has to be in there on the forecheck to be effective. But he took down St. Cyr a little too rough, and Chris McSorley has his hands full here. Down 3-0. He has to kill another penalty. He has his hands full, especially on this penalty kill. Portland has more motion, more movement on their power play than any team in the league. If it's not there, they'll change positions, they'll interchange back and forth. The puck starts behind the net, they move it to the front. So much movement, so much creativity on that power play.
Boy, watch him work here. This is something different. This Valasevic works it in. There's St. Cyr back to Valasevic at the point. Now Rimshaw to Brian Downey. This line can really score. Look at the pass. Shot, stop. 2 of them by Petrucci. And he hangs on, but look at the passing there by Portland.
And it was a set play by Portland. They're 2 high guys, they're defenders. A couple of timing passes back and forth just to set the tempo. Pass off. Now watch Balasevic. He goes, he picks. So does another Portland Rays player. Then they're looking through that seam. So the picks are effective. They tried, I think, one pass too much there. They get it down to Balasevic, but he really had no room. They're looking for St. Cyr to just come out of the corner very quietly and get open for that shot. Good use of picks.
One thing that Chris McSorley wants to do is control Portland in their own zone, keep the Russians from breaking out with stride, and they have not done that so far, and especially a problem on the power play where they can really set up. Rimshaw, cross shot, wide of the net. That was ticketed for number 4. St. Cyr missed the net. St. Cyr over there. Blessman checks St. Cyr. Pulled his helmet off momentarily. Gotta keep that on, otherwise it's a penalty. Balasevic skates in on Vecchiarelli. St. Cyr to Rimshaw. They set up St. Cyr. Good shot there from the center. Shot by Bertuzzi, saw it all the way. St. Cyr a bit off balance that time.
And Vecchiarelli out at the top of that diamond, actually a triangle on the penalty kill. He intimidates. They want to keep an eye on Vecchiarelli. There's Jerry St. Cyr. He scores goals, but he doesn't mind to rough up. Look, he takes the shot. He gets to the clothesline. He'll give a couple of back before the game's out. Then he goes right to his position, but that's the way Buffalo loves to kill penalties. That was big John Blessman. It's not going to be fun to stand in front to go in the corners, but if you go there, dig the puck out, that's where you're going to score the goal.
That's why you retired.
Oh, wow, you got that. I saw a guy like John Blessman. I went the other way as quick as these Russian skates.
Balasevic comes in. He'll shoot it. Oh, blasted it. Hit the post. Yes, it did. And did that ever rock out of there? And that's very important here in the high-scoring league. Vecchiarelli coming in. Shooting. Save. Rebound. Stop. What a great save by Carlson. My point is that Buffalo does not want to get down by too many here, even in this high-scoring game. Balasevic blocked by Blessman. Still has it. Shooting. Saved by Bertuzzi. Up in the air. Blessman goes after it. 20 on the penalty. Vecchiarelli kind of lurking there. He kind of waits for that opportunity.
And just by lurking, he's intimidating with his presence. Portland, even though they're a man up on the power play, they have to keep an eye on him, and they don't try the risky move.
St. Cyr in front. He has a man. Can't get it to Downey. Now Balasevic. Center shot. Stopped by Bertuzzi. Or even 4-on-4. Rimshaw's open. Has a man in front. Look for a shot. Save. Rebound. And off the leg of Bertuzzi. 2 big stops by the Buffalo netminder. Oh, huge stops here early on. Balasevic from the center line. No blue lines, of course, in Roller Hockey International. It's a wide-open surface. You have some 100 feet to operate in on the offensive side, a little less in the smaller surface of the auditorium. About 95 feet. Jay Neal banging with Baskirov. Andre with a goal. Oh, big check by Cerrone as he plastered Rimshaw.
And that's where Buffalo wants to get the hit. Up the floor to stop Portland before they get the speed up. Once Portland gets the top speed, tough to catch.
There's Bergeron getting the top speed, but his pass goes all the way over the end line. It'll be an illegal clear. And they'll bring that one back into the Buffalo zone. 3 minutes, 2 seconds remain in the first, and the Rays raging early on.
A lot of people are afraid of being dropped by their car insurance company. But at Geico, we offer renewal to over 98% of our customers. So we prefer to drop car insurance rates. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Same cars, same price. But one of them costs up to 15% less to insure, giving one driver more money toward accessories. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
From the auditorium in Buffalo, New York, you are watching Game 2 of the Roller Hockey International Championship Series between the Buffalo Stampede and the Portland Rays. Buffalo leads the series 1-0 after winning Game 1 in Portland by the score of 11-8. Buffalo needs only to win Game 2 to win the title. Portland needs to win not only Game 2, but then force the minigame and win that one as well. We'll move ahead to further action when we return to the auditorium in Buffalo after these commercial messages.
At the Discovery Channel, we go to extraordinary lengths to tell extraordinary stories. Stories that take you off the beaten path. So if we see it, you see it. The Discovery Channel.
men's doubles.
When the words pumped up were invented for these two guys.
Yeah, they're an awful lot of fun. They're anti, you know, and they, as they say, they've got plenty of attitude. If they get some good results, I think it could be nothing but good for our game.
Matching outfits and all.
You know, I can't tell you how many tournaments I've been to where these guys are the headliners.
And of course, the ongoing talk has been what's wrong with tennis, is tennis dying, and that sort of thing. And you're talking about New York.
It's all my people that was struggling, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Football package that no real fan can be without. Call now. Use your credit card. And you'll get 54 issues of SI for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. And your incredible team kickoff kit is free. Nobody gets you into football like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
From the auditorium in Buffalo, New York, you are watching Game 2 of the RHI Championship between the Buffalo Stampede and the Portland Rage. Due to time constraints, we'll move ahead now in this game for the RHI Championship.
We're down on the bench with the Portland Rage. Jerry St. Cyr, he already popped one tonight. Known for offense, but your team is keeping Buffalo off the board so far. What's the story? That's what we knew we had to do tonight, is keep them off the board, even though we've got a very offensive team. When you're in a championship game like this, you got to make a few changes, and so far we're doing really well with it. Talk about those corners. I've seen you back and forth, taking a few elbows, a few punches. You going to give any before the lights out? Well, the main key for our team is to take that stuff tonight. If they're going to come out and play that way, we're going to take it. We're going to walk away champions. Good luck.
You know, this Portland team was very confident in the morning skate. We both thought that after talking to the players and the coaches. And the importance of winning Game 1, well, not really all that great, because Portland here, if they take this game, then it comes down to a 12-minute mini game to decide the championship. Not like they would have to win another entire 48-minute game. They can win basically 5 periods, whereas Buffalo has to win what you might say is 8 to win the championship. At least to do it in 2 games.
It's a difficult situation. Greg, we saw in Minnesota when Buffalo really took command of the regular game. Then when they went into the mini game, Buffalo was on a high. There was no doubt about it. There's the top guy. John Vecchiarelli has a seat on the bench right now. He's been dangerous tonight. Hasn't been able to finish off. But you want to play strong. At least want to be close through this first 48 minutes, because if you do go to that mini game, you want to have some confidence.
Bergeron goes after the puck. 7 minutes, 31 seconds remain in the second quarter, and Jerry St. Cyr, a bad penalty in front of the Portland net as he took down Jason Cerrone of Buffalo, and St. Cyr, who lights him up with the best of them, but also makes that trip very often, will go out to the box.
St. Cyr just told us he had to watch for his teammates not to take those penalties. Down on the bench with head coach Chris McSorley of the Stampede. Chris, obviously not the situation you want to be in. Power play chance here.
Well, definitely it's a big opportunity right now to get on the board, Jim. Yeah, we're a little flat tonight. We got to get out of the chute right now, because now we're in the second half. We're down 4 goals. It's a team that's not giving up a lot of goals. We're not on the board right now.
Well, your team is staying flat, but anything that you think that Portland's really done well here in the first half?
Well, yeah, they're keeping the puck out of Vecchiarelli's hands, so obviously we're going out with a different unit and shot, and let's hope we can get a goal here. But we got to change things around a little bit, because obviously this team's well coached.
Socio, we talked about controlling Vecchiarelli. There's Corvo, works it over to Socio. Shot score! May have been deflected in front. The goaltender, Carlson, complaining that it was kicked in. If you remember, Portland scored their first goal off the wheels of St. Cyr. Now St. Cyr is in the box, and Buffalo may have got one off the wheels in front.
Craig, the reaction of the official right there is, I think he's going to try and look for some help with the other officials. Oh, he lifted his skate. There's no doubt the deflection was there. Cerrone in front. He turned around, actually didn't even know the puck had gone in. The officials can go for help. Watch Cerrone. He's in a good position for a deflection. You want to be facing the shooter. It's a good break. He points to himself. Great look right here. Now watch Cerrone. Just moving, just shuffling a little bit to get right in front of the goaltender. They get the good bounce. Finally, they're on the board.
If he was screening the goaltender by picking up his leg, good call. If he was moving that leg and hit the puck, and I got to question it. But it was one of those cloudy situations where the referee, if he did not really see it, could certainly not take it back from Buffalo. So Cerrone gets his fourth goal.
The life is back with the Stampede. Another penalty. Andy Rimshaw going off. He was in front of the goal and actually just bumped into the goaltender. So Buffalo will get another chance. Back-to-back chances here on the power play. Exactly what they need.
Buffalo 1 for 2 so far. You look at Andy Rimshaw. What a player he is. Had the longest assist streak in the RHI this year. In every game, he had at least 1 assist. It was 6th overall in the league in assists. 60-point season in just 22 games. Had a short stint in the NHL with Quebec in 91 and 92. He played just 7 games, but he played against Gretzky in 1 game, Lemieux in another game, and he played at Maple Leaf Gardens, where he grew up very close to in St. Catharines. This year is quite an experience. Stop for the point. Stop off the stick of Corriveau. And again, Beccarelli, the big scorer, is on the bench as McSorley goes with this other unit. Nalasevic, as they look for a short-handed goal. Bertuzzi makes the stop. Nalasevic caught behind the net. He'll try and race back. 3-on-2. LeMay comes down in front. Deflected and off the stick of Cerrone again. He missed the net. Knocked into the goaltender. The referee's going to call for the face-off. And it will come back outside the face-off dot.
Chris McSorley, the head coach of the Stampede, rewarding his muckers. Drive to the net is a big plus for the Stampede. And there's a great move. It doesn't go in. Carlson standing his ground all the way. LeMay takes it wide. Nothing fancy. Cerrone right in front of that goal again. He's taken down. That's what Buffalo has to do. That's their forte.
Got to be able to go. I want you to keep moving your body like this in front. And that way the goalie. Lenny, I want an umbrella. Beccarelli high. Umbrella.
Very interesting point there by Chris McSorley. He told Big Craig Martin, the man who'll be screening in front, not to stand stationary. Otherwise, the goaltender will make it easy. He'll be able to see. He just said, rock back and forth a little bit. There's Big Craig Martin. If they win this faceoff, he'll go right to the front of the net and try to have some movement at the same time as screening the goaltender.
He said he wants an umbrella. Jim, there's not a leaky ceiling here at the auditorium, is there?
I don't think so.
I think what he wants is one guy in front and then 3 sort of in a circle up top. An umbrella formation. Bergeron comes in, shoots! Oh, he almost got it by the goaltender. Carlson, who may have got a piece, lost his stick, and made the stop. Beccarelli tried to thread one through, and Balasevic played him tough. Nicely done. Minute to go in the penalty. Balasevic still on Beccarelli. Bergeron will grab it. Chris Bergeron. He'll turn 24 in November. Beccarelli shot wide of the net. Downey goes after it. Stolen by Socio, the giveaway. Bergeron with a chance. Tries to set up Beccarelli. 2 players go on top of him. Balasevic steals. Up to Downey. 2-on-1 chance, short-handed. Downey, they let him come in. He scores a short-handed goal. Beccarelli was watching the other player, Balasevic. He was giving the goaltender the shot, and Bertuzzi could not stop it.
That's a custom-made 2-on-1. The Stampede give it up right there. Beccarelli can't really thread that pass through. Now the 2-on-1 develops. Watch Downey, how patient he is. He rocks back and forth a couple of times. Beccarelli actually takes away the pass. That's his job. And the goaltender's just caught moving. Reverse angle look. Now we'll get to see Balasevic is open. But Beccarelli took away the pass, and the goaltender was still moving. Good look there. You could see that Bertuzzi was not set in his position. Downey picked up that point, knew the goaltender was in trouble, and shoveled it home.
We played up Beccarelli's offensive prowess. Well, Jerry St. Cyr's got 34 points, 35 now, 17 goals. And Downey is 3rd in the league, and he's right out there with 33 points. Shot by Bergeron wide, and also you notice that 2 Rays players were out up top, and they were watching Beccarelli, and that not only was a great defensive play, it set up the short-handed goal. Bergeron, Corriveau, they work it back and forth. Into Socio, Martin bothering the goaltender in front. Per coach's instructions, stopped by the goaltender Carlson, and Martin is shoved aside by Jerry St. Cyr. The power play is up, and was Portland tallying with Buffalo having the advantage. And now the Rays lead 5-1 inside 5 minutes in the second quarter of Game 2.
You think aftershave has to hurt to work, then you're probably getting burned, because you sure aren't using one with cooling Sensate. Sensitive from Old Spice. It's more than a great scent. This is real refreshment. Want proof? Put your aftershave here. But Sensitive, here. This doesn't take the sting out of aftershave. Call 1-800-PROVE-IT and they'll buy you a bottle of yours. Come on. Take the Sensitive Challenge from Old Spice. You're going to feel a whole lot better about aftershave. I do.
Great action to shot, full highlight. He just could. Go, ball, up, way!
NFL Primetime, Sunday at 7 on ESPN.
From the auditorium in Buffalo, New York, you are watching Game 2 of the Roller Hockey International Championship Series between the Buffalo Stampede and the Portland Rays. Buffalo leads the series 1-0 after winning Game 1 in Portland by the score of 11-8. Buffalo needs only to win Game 2 to win the title. Portland needs to win not only Game 2, but then force the minigame and win that one as well. We'll move ahead to further action when we return to the auditorium in Buffalo after these commercial messages.
Goodyear announces all Wranglers on sale for pickups, 4x4s, and vans. And that's not all. Save 25% on selected passenger and performance radials. Sale ends September 17th at participating Goodyear retailers.
The 3M Filtrete Clean Air Filter gets more of the small stuff that's in your air out. Stuff an ordinary furnace and air conditioner filter would miss. Like more of the dust, more of the pollen and mold, more of these particles that could irritate your allergies. It even gets more animal dander. Try the Filtrete Clean Air Filter. It gets more of the aggravating things in your air out. Even smoke. Look for the 3M Filtrete Clean Air Filter wherever you buy furnace or air conditioner filters.
To soothe athlete's foot, Desinex does it. But to cure athlete's foot, Desinex does it. Only Desinex has UVA to both soothe the discomfort and kill the fungus. To soothe and cure, Desinex does it all.
We're down on the bench with a man who was right in the middle of the action, Craig Martin. Craig, tell us about that last play setting up in front.
Well, I was just trying to throw new things at him because, last game we did different things and just try to crash the net, make the goalie work a little harder than he is. And it's fortunate for the goalie that the puck hit me in the shin or it could have been in net.
Chris Masoli brought up an interesting point. He asked you to rock back and forth instead of standing still. What does that do?
I think it's just like the momentum, like the movement of your body will like throw the goalie off here. He doesn't know where you're going to go. He's trying to OKS you and move the other way so he can get a sight on the puck, and you never know, he might squeak one in.
All right, good luck the rest of the way.
Craig Martin says he's still searching for his best hockey moment of his life. Well, I think tonight he may find it if Buffalo can either win Game 2 or the minigame and take the RHI Championship in their inaugural season. Nemeth, a nice move, but he shot off the stick and up into the crowd and out of play. Well, the two coaches here have a great rivalry, McSorley and Black. They coached one against one another last year, and McSorley won that battle with Anaheim. Black's trying to win it this time around.
Exactly. When I saw Chris in Portland, I said, get out of my way. You're always in my way. I mean, just last season, it was just down the road and in my way to get the championship, and now he moves clear across the country. He's in another division. The guy's still in my way. So we're going to have to move him. We're going to have to move him out of the way, forcibly eject him, get him out of the way, and take this championship.
Not easy to do. As we mentioned, McSorley won back-to-back titles at Toledo of the East Coast League. An offside on Buffalo. And he won last year in the RHI, so he's going for his fourth title. Wow. And one reason why that very talented coach, the brother of Los Angeles King Marty McSorley, is headed off a step up to the IHL in Las Vegas.
And he always gives a lot of credit to his players. The players so important. He feels he really gets a good team that plays well together. But his players come back with compliments. They always talk about the close-knit team that Chris McSorley plays with.
Oh, you can see the intensity in that good close-up. Breakaway chance for Tinkle. Taken down from behind. Possible penalty shot here, I would think. Nemeth is whistled. Let's see if the referee calls it. Slivchenko was on a breakaway. Was it clear enough for a penalty shot? Was he away enough from Nemeth to cause the penalty shot?
Slivchenko will just pick up a loose puck. It's a bouncing puck. Now watch Slivchenko, the best skater. He breaks away one little hook, then the second one there gets him a little bit underneath the shoulder. But it appears to me that Nemeth hooked and let go. You see him let go there. Oh, yeah. That's when you can tell the dive happened. The stick all of a sudden lets go, and that's exactly when the player goes down. Smart play by Slivchenko. He drew that penalty. At the same time, he knew he really wasn't going to get a good scoring chance, so he took the dive, and the referee bought it.
Rimshaw obviously talking with the referee now about a penalty shot or not, but I don't think it's going to happen. Nemeth is going off. Jim, you agree with that call?
I agree with the call because I don't think there was any real daylight with Slivchenko. Nemeth always had him within at least a stick range to reach out. So the daylight usually is the prerequisite to be called for the penalty shot. Well, Portland gets the penalty here, and they'll get a chance to go on that power play. They move it around so well.
Hey, his first hook helped him keep that daylight narrowed down.
He wasn't in the clear.
And you can hear the
Well, he
bench
got away from him, and then he hooked him again. That's what he said out there, because I said, that's the breakaway, that's the penalty shot. He said, he never got in the clear.
All right, so there you heard it right from the bench, the same conversation going on. And it goes against Portland. But sometimes the difference is not that great because you score about 50-some-odd% here in the power play in the RHI. Shot wide by Rimshaw. And generally, they say the advantage goes to the goaltender in the penalty shot. Shot score was batted out and knocked in as St. Cyr hit it in front, and Buffalo was very sloppy in front of their own net. And it's now 6-1 Portland.
You see the gritty part of St. Cyr's character come out right there because he's not afraid to go where traffic is. Two guys behind the goal line setting up. This is a normal power play setup. Then it comes out front. St. Cyr will come out from behind the goal. They work on this power play all the time. Look at St. Cyr. He's not going to get it the first time, but he whacks.
Team that won game one of the Eastern Finals. But that ball, Daniel quickly comes back. And this big crowd in Buffalo trying to roar and get the Stampede back in it. It's now 6-2 with plenty of time left.
We'll see what kind of effect that goal has, but if it's a close game and a goal like this goes in, it's deadly. The shot comes from a bad angle. Goaltender Carlson gets a piece of it, but certainly not enough. It trickles in behind him. The bad angle nature of the shot, this is a bad goal. Any goaltender will tell you, see the traffic was not there as the shot came in. Goaltender saw it all the way, just a bad goal.
A big goal, too, for Buffalo. Now Downey, number 93, got a big first half, 3 assists and 1 goal. Still has the puck. This is their big line. They went against the Beccarelli line, I beg your pardon, in game one. And Beccarelli's line won that one, 10 goals to 7. Tonight they're against the other line. Corvo in front, all O'Neill off his foot. Now Waite gets it out to Corvo again. 8:13 to go, 4-goal game now. Neal in front, save, rebound. And Downey bumps it away, but as he touches up, a penalty is coming against Portland.
Talk about tempo. Now Buffalo is trying to establish the tempo. They're using the physical play. They continue to drive to the net. Chris McSorley likes that action. He loves when his players go to the net.
Muhlenberg down low. Let's go.
Oh, change right there. Well, little discussion between Beccarelli and McSorley.
Neal up top. Box.
Usually Beccarelli plays up top on the box.
A lot of puck movement. Jay, I want Rick on that side.
You saw the little conference there between the goal scorer Beccarelli and the coach, and they decided that this man should play a little lower, down in the corner. They've taken away that pass to him at the top of the box on the power play. So if it's not working, you make some changes.
Beccarelli obviously was lobbying for some time with his head coach on the power play. He was not out there the last couple of chances, and the one time he was, they double-teamed him and scored a shorthanded goal by Downey at 6:26 of this quarter. Buffalo looking to get within 3. 3 minutes remain. Second quarter, 6-2 Portland, big chance Buffalo. Neal works into Bergeron. Tries to ram one, stops, Downey cannot clear. Neal and Corvo at the point. Bergeron back low. Corvo shot, glove stop by Carlson. Comes right to Valasevic, and he hits the accelerator. Around Neal now one-on-one. Will shoot it. and it goes wide. He's got a blast. Downey chips it in. Beccarelli knocked down. Downey comes away with it. Now chipped up by Bergeron and whacking it is Rimshaw. Corvo, a little bit slow, and Downey beat him to it.
Real aggressive up the floor by Portland on this penalty kill. They're not wasting any time getting right on Buffalo.
1:10 of the penalty. Bergeron, nice move in front. Bergeron waiting, and he's shooting aside nicely by Downey. Corvo into Beccarelli. Portland would love to keep the big shooter on that sharp angle. Score! Oh, even from that sharp angle, John Beccarelli can score, and he does, and it's 6-3. What a goal! How did that one go in? From a vicious angle to the left of the goalkeeper.
Normally you would call this a lucky goal by Beccarelli. He told McSorley he wanted to go down low. He looks up once, then just slides it towards the net. He knew exactly what he was going to do. The little look up by Beccarelli, he's going to get it back. Right here, he looks up, and the goaltender cheats. Carlson cheated. He was sliding across and watched his space open up. Reverse angle look, a great look there. Beccarelli waited his time. He told his coach to put him down low. It'll open things up. Sometimes the coach has to listen to the player. It worked right there.
John Beccarelli has scored 23 goals, and you kind of get the idea that that one was as important as anyone. He's been held scoreless through almost the whole half here. Had a little battle with his coach about some playing time. And now he comes out and performs. Beccarelli will tell you that he'll look at the net when he shoots and wait for that goaltender to give him something to shoot at. That's what happened in that play. 6-3 now. Buffalo with 2 in a row with some momentum here as we wrap up the first half. Minute 40 to go. Bergeron and Corvo got the assist. Craig Martin has the puck. Martin, back pass, picked off by Slivchenko. The Russian over the line. Slivchenko in for Basterov. Nice move. Went in deep to Bergeron. Now Stas with the point shot. Stop. Rebound left there. Properly by Bertuzzi. And it's batted over the net. Bergeron across the surface. Henry goes after it. LeMay with a great open surface check on Slivchenko. Bergeron coming in. Basterov knocked down in front. Big check though by LeMay. The Russians are being hit, and they are being hit hard by Buffalo. Hendry dumps it out with 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Russian Stas now hit hard by Beccarelli. Penalty maybe upcoming. It's going to be on Portland. Beccarelli goes after it. Beccarelli taken away by Rimshaw. And isn't it funny that the characteristics of Buffalo, known for taking a lot of penalty minutes, now seem to be going over to Portland. Another power play chance for Buffalo. John Beccarelli, he threw the penalty. And I'm not sure exactly why Mr. Stas was headed off there. Sergei Stas getting a holding penalty, and Beccarelli will take it. Good chance here with 35 seconds remaining to score one more and get within 2. Portland led 4-0 after 1, 6-1. With under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Buffalo right back in it. Stampede 2 for 4 in the power play so far. Corvo comes in, down low. Beccarelli looks for Bergeron in front, blocked nicely by Rimshaw, and it's dumped out with 10 seconds to go. Corvo looks up at that clock, now at 10. Corvo into Beccarelli with 8. Back to Neal, 6 on the clock. Across the surface, Corvo shooting high over the net. 2 seconds on the clock, and that'll do it for the first half. Well, Buffalo has to feel a little bit better about things coming back in the end of that second quarter, thanks to goals by Jay Neal and John Beccarelli. As you see, Beccarelli and Rimshaw, they had some words in that first half. 2 big players for each team. And those emotions carrying over. A lot on the line tonight, not just pride and not just the championship. As you see McSorley.
Get out of it. Come on. Come on. Hey, got it. Got it. Got it. Let's go. Think about it. Think about it.
McSorley tries possession, And Beccarelli thinks better about it. Still some players milling around. The regular season, folks, is long over. Everything is on the line here tonight, including a lot of money. Should be a super second half as John Black heads off. Overall, a good first half indeed for his visiting Rage, who need to win Game 2 to force the mini game tonight. At the half, Portland Rage with 4 in the first, adding 3 more in the second. Buffalo with a few, and a score 6-3 after 24 minutes.
No matter where you park your car, never park it without the Club anti-theft device. The Club, police recommended to keep your car safe from thieves. Available at better stores everywhere.
Do you know which types of mutual funds are performing best right now? Get the answers when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Call now and you'll also get a free guide to understanding money and investing. It focuses on the risks and the rewards of investments. Get your guide free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Get 10 weeks of the journal for just $36 and the guide free with your paid subscription. Call toll-free 800-572-2600. That's 800-572-2600.
We're down here in the Portland Rage dressing room. They have a game in hand right now. They seem like everything is under control. But we're going to listen in here.
All right, guys, we're just going to continue to play our game. They're really pressing us deep. What we don't want is 4 guys retreating to our zone. They're going to come in. We're going to have 8 guys in a small area. We got to use the whole offensive zone to break out. Someone's got to stay high. Once you go high, if you don't get the pass, you come back, and someone else loops out. Use the whole zone to break out, okay? If you can't get the puck out on a direct pass, chip it out deep into their zone. Then it's a foot race to the puck, and we're a faster team, all right? That's the adjustment we're going to make. Number 2, when we're going to the net, into their zone, I want someone driving the net. We got to stretch these slower defensemen. We're faster than they are. We're better shooters than they are. We have to create space lengthwise, okay? Drive to the net. Look for the trailers. You can't get it to the guy going to the net, all right? Other than that, we're playing fine. Don't lose your head or the physical play, okay? Play our game. Move the puck, move yourself. Do not stand around. We're going to beat their press. Everything's going to be fine. We're a better team than they are.
John Black, the head coach. John, obviously you're talking about getting some room for your team. They're a better skating team. Tell us about the things you liked there in the first half. It went well.
Well, in the early part of the game, really took it to them. We created space for ourselves. Everyone was moving without the puck, both, lengthwise and width. Okay, we got to create that space. Got to get some depth into the attack. We did that early. We shot the puck early. Now they're putting a lot of pressure on us in our zone, and there's this tendency to maybe I better be a little safe here and cover things up. No, you got to attack, and keep them on their heels. If they're on their heels, they're worried about keeping the puck out of their net instead of putting you on your butt.
Well, the coach wants them to do exactly what they did to get them here. I'm going to go over here to Jerry St. Cyr. We talked to him on the bench, Jerry. First half of that first quarter, pretty good, not too bad. Now your coach comes in, he's very intense. You guys think you have it in hand right now?
Well, in this game, you never got it in hand. It goes right to the final 2 minutes of the game, and we're doing well. We came out, strong. We came out hard like we had to, kept them off the board. But this game's far from over. We're going to start the second half with a penalty. We got to go from there. We're going to kill that and then keep playing strong.
Well, it's a team that wants to keep playing strong, but they have to get back on their game. Back up to you, Craig.
And talk about have to get moving. Jim Fox will move to that locker room. When we come back, we'll hear what the Stampede have to say. They trail by 3 on the home surface in Game 2 of the RHI Championship.
Football fans, get ready for Sports Illustrated's exclusive NFL Team Kickoff Kit. Free with your paid subscription to SI. Just tell us your favorite team.
Cowboys! Packers! 49ers.
And we'll give you more than ever before.
This is incredible! I love it.
Your Team Kickoff Kit starts with your official 1994 team video.
Free Cowboys video? Free Browns video?
If I got a free Giants video, I'll be the luckiest man in the world.
Oh, man! Where can I get it?
It's an inside look at your favorite team. Brought to you as only Sports Illustrated can.
And ain't no surprise.
Your Team Kickoff Kit also brings you this authentic NFL team cap free. It's an unbelievable football package that no real fan can be without. Call now. Use your credit card. And you'll get 54 issues of SI for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. And your incredible team kickoff kit is free. Nobody gets you into football like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Linguistics, physics, and of course, the humanities. Tomorrow, the Bearcats of Cincinnati whoop it up with the Hoosiers of Indiana at 12:30. ESPN's college football season. We're going to ring your bell.
From the auditorium in Buffalo, New York, you are watching Game 2 of the Roller Hockey International Championship Series between the Buffalo Stampede and the Portland Rays. Buffalo leads the series 1-0 after winning Game 1 in Portland by the score of 11-8. Buffalo needs only to win Game 2 to win the title. Portland needs to win not only Game 2, but then force the minigame and win that one as well. We'll move ahead to further action when we return to the auditorium in Buffalo after these commercial messages.
Pringles Light has become Pringles Right Crisp. Still a third less fat, and now better taste than this. That's right! Got new Pringles Right Crisp! That's right! Less fat and better taste than this! That's right! Better taste and less grease of fruits right here you see! That's right! It's time to give up Pringles Light! Pringles Right Crisp, the taste of deer! Pringles Right Crisp, the taste of deer!
When I got dentures, I decided they weren't going to stop me. And they haven't. I can get as close as I want in the morning. And still feel as confident as I need to at lunch.
Even in the hottest liquids, when other adhesives stop holding, Fix-It holds stronger and longer.
Sure, I have dentures, but from morning to night, I don't have to give up a thing. Not a thing.
For the strongest, longest hold, Fix-It and forget it.
Lance Carlson, 21 shots, 18 saves in the first half. Interestingly enough, he tried out for Johnstown with Nick Bertuzzi back in 1988. Bertuzzi, 18 saves, 24 shots. You look at the man of the penalty box, there's a Stas. And interestingly enough, Bertuzzi made the club. Carlson did not make the club. But Carlson, actually Nick was cut. Carlson made the club, and Nick went over to North Carolina, and Winston-Salem, and ended up beating Carlson in the ECHL final as he made the team for Winston-Salem back in 88-89. Shot angle shot again, Beccarelli. Stopped and dumped down. Wow. He'll shoot from anywhere.
You got to believe with all that confidence, the puck is going in for him, so he's going to shoot it anytime he gets it. He's way in there almost behind the goal line. He's still shooting.
Many of the players on each side know one another very well. From the East Coast League, in minor league circles, and even growing up. Beccarelli dumps it back to Corvo. 11:23 to go. Third quarter. Across the surface. Quick shot by Neal wide. Took a funny bounce in the corner, and it's dumped down with 42 on the penalty. There's Corvo. Had a couple of assists to lead the way in that first half for Buffalo. Beccarelli, the big scorer. Back to Corvo. Back to Beccarelli. Unusual, Jim, that he would take that many shots from that tough angle. Corvo, good shot there, but Carlson had a good look at it. They're setting up Beccarelli. One-timer shot! Oh, it was a blister wide of the net. Can you be overconfident with the shot? Let's see. Beccarelli again! Stop on the pan of Carlson. I know he would have reason to be overconfident. He should be. Knocked in offside on Buffalo with 3 seconds in the penalty, but I just wonder if he thinks that anything is going to go in, and he's taking some really poor angle shots.
I think what happens here, Craig, is one of the situations where keep going until the other team takes it away from you. Now, Beccarelli's down low. Portland must keep the game up tempo. Well, they've had a difficult time here to start. Obviously, they're killing a penalty. Be successful on the power play. Not too bad. Control Beccarelli. Early they did. Now he's starting to get away. Here's that last chance. This is not deep in the corner. This is his best chance of the game, and actually just nicks it off the toe of the goaltender Carlson. But Beccarelli knows, hey, I'm going to get the puck. They're going to come to me. If they overplay me, that's going to leave someone else open. Keep going to that play until they stop it.
Here comes Tom Nemethin. Defenseman number 16 steers one toward the net. Coupled aside by Carlson. Nemeth now throws it out, batting it out, and Carlson goes into center field. and make the Willie Mays catch, and that's the end of the inning. 10:22 remaining in the third quarter. Portland now up to a fine start here in game two. They have to win this game to force the 12-minute minigame.
LeMay. Beccarelli Sosa, Hicks LeMay.
The next line is getting ready. The shifts are a little bit longer here in the RHI.
I think a lot of people feel that it's a smart skating type of game. Craig!
Yes. Oh, he's talking to Craig Martin,
yeah, he's
right?
on the, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He wants that draw work.
John Hendry on the draw with Dennis Howland, who lost his stick on the faceoff. They'll have to go to the bench. Zaharov coming in, shooting through the legs and wide. Mike wants to say hi to Yuri Kripokizia of the Anaheim Bullfrogs, a friend from back home in Russia, watching the game tonight. Shot by Tom Ralph, who's caught. And Yuri and Anaheim upset by Portland in the Western Conference Final. A bit of a surprise there.
It wasn't a surprise. It was the same type of situation. Portland, the skaters going up a grinding team like the Anaheim Bullfrogs. Buffalo, the grinding type team. Zaharov skates off there for a little rest. There's John Black.
Come on! Want the stick shit! Fucking happy to shit out of us out there.
He certainly was not happy with the referee's calls. He feels that Buffalo is obviously going to try and do whatever they can to slow down his team. But one thing we touched on earlier in the game, Craig, I was just about to mention it. The Russian players, the skilled players on Portland, they're not afraid to go to the trap. They get hit, they bounce right back up, stick their nose in there.
They got some good size, too, for the most part, with the exception of Slivchenko. Stoss to the point, gave it away to Beccarelli. Bergnikov to go back defensively. Beccarelli tries to get an edge. Knocked off. Nice pass. Shot though wide by Socio. Well done by Beccarelli with eyes behind his head on that one.
Another interception by Beccarelli. He's intimidating the opposition. He's just getting his stick in the passing lane, and all of a sudden they pass it right to him.
Boy, he has that roller hockey kind of look, too. If you think about this kind of radical sport with the long hair coming out of the helmet, 30 years of age. And many say he's just a prototypical roller hockey player. Flashing in is Slivchenko. Can he motor on the wheels? Chopped away is Hicks. Getting at him. Beccarelli's got the puck. Socio waiting for the puck. He's got it. Socio coming in. Waited too long. Good back check by Bashkirov. Number 9. Andrei Bashkirov up to Berdnikov. He's bumped hard by Beccarelli. Again, Berdnikov, number 7. Bashkirov, number 9. Grew up in Siberia together. Also moved on to the ECHL together. And LeMay grabs it. And when they were going to sign Berdnikov, Bashkirov had to come along. Otherwise, they would not come. Bergeron coming in. Shoots it. Chris Bergeron. He found the left side, and Buffalo is within 2.
Breakdown by Portland, a 3-on-1 for Buffalo. Chris Bergeron just told us at the halftime intermission he had to start to look for offensive chances a little more. Take the pressure off Beccarelli. He gets it in on the 3-on-1. And look, he's in good shooting position there. He's right in the middle of the floor, so it's a good choice to pull the trigger. He was not forced to the outside at all, and he just rings it off the post. Chris Bergeron. One more look, finally. A lot of times when you're on that outnumbered attack, if you're the shooter, you're a little farther on a bad angle. You're closer to the boards. That Bergeron knew he had a good shooting position, kept going right towards the goal. That puts Buffalo back within 2.
Wow. Good shot by Bergeron. Didn't look like he had anything to shoot at on that short side, and he ranked it off the post. Real good flanker. Grimshaw taken down, penalty on Bergeron. One of those times where you kind of just reach in and that stick grabs the wrong part. May have caught him up top by the way Grimshaw is moving. At least a 2-minute penalty is coming on Bergeron. And we'll check it out when we return to a very lively Buffalo Memorial Auditorium, hoping for a big championship night. As you see the stick got up high, Portland goes to the power play when we come back.
Debbie, these shots are fabulous. Beautiful, Debbie.
Better than the last time, Tony?
Absolutely. It's my job to make sure people look good. A few weeks ago while doing test shots with Debbie, I noticed something. Dandruff. So I told her about Head & Shoulders. You see, regular shampoos merely rinse flakes away, so they could come back. But look, Head & Shoulders help stop flakes from even forming. See the difference? Yeah, picture perfect. Head & Shoulders turns dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
From the auditorium in Buffalo, New York, you are watching Game 2 of the Roller Hockey International Championship Series between the Buffalo Stampede and the Portland Rage. Buffalo leads the series 1-0 after winning Game 1 in Portland by the score of 11-8. Buffalo needs only to win Game 2 to win the title. Portland needs to win not only Game 2, but then force the minigame and win that one as well. We'll move ahead to further action when we return to the auditorium in Buffalo after these commercial messages.
Football fans, get ready for Sports Illustrated's exclusive NFL Team Kickoff Kit. Free with your paid subscription to SI. Just tell us your favorite team.
Cowboys! Packers! 49ers, baby.
And we'll give you more than ever before.
This is incredible. I love it.
Your Team Kickoff Kit starts with your official 1994 team video.
Free Cowboys video? Free Browns video?
If I got a free Giants video, I'll be the luckiest man in the world.
Oh, man. Where can I get it?
It's an inside look at your favorite team. Brought to you as only Sports Illustrated can.
And ain't no surprise.
Your Team Kickoff Kit also brings you this authentic NFL team cap free. It's an unbelievable football package that no real fan can be without. Call now. Use your credit card. And you'll get 54 issues of SI for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. And your incredible Team Kickoff Kit is free. Nobody gets you into football like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
If there's one thing you don't want to do in the RHI, it is take a major penalty. There are some major consequences.
Chris Bergeron reaches around right there, Nick Rimshaw right above the left ear, and Chris Bergeron gets a 5-minute major for high sticking. RHI, he's automatically out of the game. Also, a penalty shot is awarded on a major. There's a look at Jerry St. Cyr. He had 42 goals in the regular season, leading scorer. Maybe he'll be the man to take the penalty shot. That's got to kill you. Buffalo was getting right back in, and you see, Bergeron was just trying to hook. He wasn't going to try to create any kind of violent attack on the player. But take a hook a little too high. Now Portland has a chance here on the penalty shot.
Rimshaw injured, so he will not take the penalty shot. That's really the tough thing about the rule. It looked like it was one of those certainly penalties, but not a intentional penalty, and the consequences are just so strong, maybe even too strong. A penalty shot, a 5-minute major in a league where the power play has you score 45-50%. This is a tough situation here for Buffalo, plus they lose the services of Bergeron. Jerry St. Cyr will be the shooter. The leading goal scorer in the league this season was 42. St. Cyr cannot connect here. Missing the net as he came in on Vatucci. A big break for Buffalo, but there are 5 minutes left to kill off.
That's that double whammy. St. Cyr comes in, he looks up, he has it under control. He kind of faked a couple times, looks like he just shot wide. Vatucci, the goaltender, will back in slowly. Look at the goaltender, establish the angle, then back up. There's a little bit of a room. Yeah, he just kind of hooked it off his stick there, and St. Cyr shot wide. Bergeron is out of the game. The 5-minute penalty, the major is still on the board. So this is a type of situation that's going to wear on Buffalo. Even if they get out of this, their penalty killers are going to extend a lot of energy here. They had the momentum going their way. The big penalty kills them.
Kind of a highlight effort there by St. Cyr, right?
Kind of hooked right on his leg, lost control.
Yeah, huge play, though, for Buffalo. Already looking at the 5 minutes and the red numbers on the board. They did not want to stare at a 3-goal disadvantage that quickly. That's a big play on the penalty shot. Beccarelli now, he's so dangerous. Boy, if he could steal one, that could change the tune here. Baskirov, number 9, works his way in. Nice back pass. You'll see some clever passing for the Russians. The Buffalo players say, boy, if you just keep them out, they'll pass all day, and they'll give them that. Baskirov getting in front, blocked by Janio Neisman. In the corner, played by Zaharov. Back around Slivchenko, stolen by Beccarelli. That'll show some time. 4-10 on a penalty. Baskirov, a lot of room. He shoots. Oh, what a blast wide of the net. Buffalo will get a chance here. Beccarelli's got Neal. Hit the skate, though, of Slivchenko. Baskirov 2-on-1. He's got Baskirov trying and shot stopped by Vatucci. And center Bertuzzi.
Buffalo trying to take some chances here, and I don't think it's a bad idea. They're trying to create offense, but it's getting them caught. Earlier, there's the missed shot. Now watch Buffalo on the bounce. Beccarelli tries to go up the floor, so does Hicks, but they lose control right there, and there's the 2-on-1 coming back. Watch Bertuzzi, the goaltender. He slides and gets down. The shot is put up pretty high. Not a bad shot. Another look at this big save by Bertuzzi. This comes on the power play. And that Russian unit stays out here. The number 1 unit on the power play still on the bench.
Nice job by Neal to work it out. He's got a step on Pachenko shooting into the legs of Carlson. But it went wide. Neal goes after it. Buffalo's filled off about a minute and a half so far of the 5-minute major. So far, good effort. Here's Bastirov coming in. Long shift for the Russians. Zaharov, left side. Bastirov sees one up wide of the net. Rybchenko now. Number 19. Takes the shot. Bastirov. Rybchenko. Bastirov shooting. Stopped off the pass. And dumped down. I feel like I'm in Russia calling the national team game here. Carlson quickly outlets. That would be offside if Downey touched it. Was it being delayed? No delay. Downey plays it. St. Cyr back. That's Bastirov. St. Cyr now is on. 2:50 on the penalty. Rybchenko. Alajevic has just come on there. Good shooter. Top of that circle. One-timer stopped by Bertuzzi. He was favoring Rybchenko's shot. 2:35 now on the penalty. Rybchenko goes down low. Bastirov comes back up top. Beg your pardon, that's Downey. He's checked by Hendry. Now St. Cyr with a chance. Wrist shot. Stop. Save. Rebound. Nothing. Bertuzzi made the foul. 2:24 on the penalty time.
Jerry St. Cyr going to the wrist shot again. Bertuzzi holding his ground here. 2:24 on that penalty. It's a major penalty. And goaltending sometimes is your best penalty killer. The puck moved around pretty well by Portland, and known for it. And there's that wrist shot. St. Cyr not afraid to use the wrist shot. The puck was loose there. That's why the Portland players were banging at it. St. Cyr stays out there. The Russian unit played the first half of this major. And I don't think that's a bad idea either, Craig. I think John Black, the head coach of Portland, doesn't want to wear out his players, his number 1 unit. It's not an urgent situation yet, so give everyone the ice time. Perhaps looking forward to that 12-minute mini-game if his team indeed wins this game in regulation.
Jim, think what could have happened so far if Portland scored on the penalty shot. They've already had 2:36 of the power play with nothing. So far, Chris McSorley's got to be incredibly thrilled with what has happened on this major penalty. This could have been a 3, 4, 5 goal. You never know. In 5 minutes with a man advantage. So far, his team has done well.
Portland has to get something out of this. They can wear down Buffalo all they want, but still, they have to put the nail in the coffin by scoring a goal here.
Keep in mind, the player will not come out either. Valicetta, quick shot stop. They're kind of bunched up there. Rimshaw has it. Inside 2 minutes of the penalty. Quick pass, but a sharp angle. Downey was not in good position, and Buffalo will rag some more time at least. Jay Neal. It's working it back to Bertuzzi. Nick cannot clear it out. A little bit sloppy there. Buffalo cannot afford not clearing it. Valicevic's got that great shot. Stopped in front by the Buffalo Bee. They'll get it out this time. 1:30 on the penalty. Wow, this would be a major uplift for Buffalo. Neal, goalie out of the net. He fell down. Neal shoots, scores, and hits. Alex Hicks as Carlson fell down. It's Buffalo doing the unthinkable. Not only killing off the major, but scoring a short-handed goal.
The biggest asset of the Portland Rage is killing him. The power play. Carlson takes the chance. Now he has time to get back as he tries that little pivot. There he goes down, and Alex Hicks jumps right in and bangs it off the force. Not really a big chance, but you see there why coaches never want to see their goalies out of the net to handle the puck. Carlson falls down in a short-handed goal. That would be one of the biggest turnarounds for this major penalty. Everything was happening for Portland, and Buffalo's proud now, able to get back into this game. That will be a big part. 1:20 remaining in the major penalty. Portland has to do something here. Otherwise, Buffalo, the momentum will be all their way.
We've been informed that Bergeron will be able to play the minigame. Quick shot, score! And Portland gets it right back. Andy Rimshaw with a wrist shot. And still a minute and 12 on the penalty, stemming a flow of 4 straight Buffalo goals. And a power play tally here for Portland.
Something Portland had to do. They did it to win to Rimshaw. To set up a man in front for the screen. Keep it simple. The quick wrist shot again. Portland's been going to that tonight. The wrist shot is unloaded. Valasevic, a little fake shot. And that's quick play. The screen is in front. Watch the reaction of Vitucci, the goaltender. He felt he was screened. He kind of looked down. He waves his arms a little bit. He's a little upset. He couldn't pick up the puck quick enough. It got by him.
Rimshaw, who knows Vitucci, they grew up in the same area, played against one another as youngsters, and I'm sure he'll remind Nick of that one. Valasevic, quick shot. Hey, Buffalo not out of the woods yet. Still 52 in the penalty. They don't want to ruin what they may have gotten here, an even 1-1 situation on a 5-minute major. Plenty of time left for more Portland offensive chances. Rimshaw, quick shot, St. Cyr, again from a sharp angle, and cleared down by Buffalo. 35 seconds remaining on the penalty to Bergeron. 3:55 in the third quarter. Portland in black needs to win this game and the minigame to win the championship. Buffalo needs only a win in game 2. Sophia working it out. 20 seconds in the penalty. Puts it down. 3:40 to go. Valasevic and St. Cyr getting assists on Rimshaw's 11th goal of the playoffs. 7 on the penalty. Valasevic comes in, across the surface. Rimshaw throws it down low. Downey is a man in front, St. Cyr. Penalty is up. Good job by Buffalo. Beccarelli now comes out, man ahead. They're going to go to him. Out of the box. Score! Is it Cerrone? Jason Cerrone got ahead of the play. He was the man serving the Bergeron penalty. And Buffalo, amazingly, working that power play to a 1-1 situation. And Cerrone makes it a 1-goal game.
Unselfish play, but a smart play by Beccarelli. He knew Cerrone was well out in front of him. Gets the puck, headband it to the man who's open. Watch Beccarelli. As soon as he got over the center line, no offside. But Cerrone makes the simple, quick move to the backhand. Actually beats the goaltender very easily. Smart move there by Cerrone. But the momentum, you have to think, now goes all to Buffalo. They come out with a smaller deficit after stopping a penalty shot, going through a 5-minute penalty again. 1-goal deficit at this point.
Boy, how easily that could have gone the other way. Portland, the highest scoring team in the Western Conference, but really did not set themselves up with many good scoring opportunities. With all their passing, a lot of sharp angle stuff, and Buffalo will take that. And that passing can really use the clock to their disadvantage in that situation. But of course, that's a strength, too, for this team. They set up some great scoring. And Buffalo's got the best B in the league. Interesting matchup. Beccarelli steals 2:30 to go. Beccarelli crank wide of the net. Beccarelli backs it up to Nemeth. He'll flip it right back in. Glove down by Hendry. He's got Corvo in the spot. Nemeth goes in. Hendry couldn't set him up. Beccarelli tips it toward the net. Steered wide by Carlson. 2:20 to go. Third quarter. It's a 1-goal game. Beccarelli out for Nemeth. Works in front. Hendry was there to his leg. And the Buffalo crowd is oohing and eyeing with each pass and shot. Corvo, nice move around Bastrop. He still has it. In front. Shot. Stopped by the goaltender Carlson. And he hangs on. Pushing and shoving between the Russian and the Canadian player, and a standing O momentarily there from a big house at the auditorium, hoping to celebrate. What? A championship in Buffalo? Maybe. 1:59 to go.
The 3M Filtrete Clean Air Filter gets more of the small stuff that's in your air out. Stuff an ordinary furnace and air conditioner filter would miss. Like more of the dust. More of the pollen and mold. More of these particles that could irritate your allergies. It even gets more animal dander. Try the Filtrete Clean Air Filter. It gets more of the aggravating things in your air out. Even smoke. Look for the 3M Filtrete Clean Air Filter wherever you buy furnace or air conditioner filters.
Your doctor said, what? Listen, if you're a woman and you get heartburn, should you take these which have aluminum and magnesium, or should you take new Tums also with calcium?
Tums Ultra Tablets, which dose for dose neutralizes more acid than regular Mylanta or Maalox.
And gives you calcium. Something your body needs anyway. If you're not sure, ask your doctor. Even she said.
About Ultra.
If you're gonna come out to play, you better not fake it.
Drink it! Quench it!
Gatorade in the house! Come on!
Drink it like that! Drink it! Quench it! Quench it like that! Drink it! Quench it!
Quench it with Gatorade. Nothing helps you go longer or stronger.
Drink it! Quench it! Drink it!
Word up!
Quench it!
Come on, come on!
Drink it like that! Gotta get the Gatorade like that!
It's gotta be Gatorade.
Drink it!
At the Discovery Channel, we go to extraordinary lengths to tell extraordinary stories. Stories that take you off the beaten path. So if we see it, you see it. The Discovery Channel. Explore your world.
From the auditorium in Buffalo, New York, you are watching Game 2 of the Roller Hockey International Championship Series between the Buffalo Stampede and the Portland Rays. Buffalo leads the series 1-0 after winning Game 1 in Portland by the score of 11-8. Buffalo needs only to win Game 2 to win the title. Portland needs to win not only Game 2, but then force the minigame and win that one as well. We'll move ahead to further action when we return to the auditorium in Buffalo after these commercial messages.
The beach can kill your hair. The sun, the wind, the sand, they really dry it out. That's why I use Surplus Dry Damage. It's extra conditioning without the fuss.
That's because it has two conditioners. One conditions all over, the second goes straight to the damaged spots for soft, manageable hair.
The beach is hard on your hair, but nobody has to know.
Surplus shampoo and conditioner in one.
Straight hair, no fuss.
Things turning the way of Buffalo. They're behind by one. Another chance on the power play. Rimshaw for tripping. He just kicked out. The feet from Alec Hicks right there. Good call by the official. Now the head coach, Chris McSorley. Things have certainly turned around. At the beginning of the game, I don't know if anyone will believe to be at this point.
No, I never thought we were going to be that far behind to start with, though, but it's the crucial point right now, and I believe if we can tie this game up, I think Portland's not going to have enough to catch us, so we're going to remain to be seen right now. Big period, big goal.
Right, you're on the power play now, but talk about the penalty killers. I think they put you in this position.
Yeah, Nick Matusi, John Bless, some guys have some consistent duties, and they do a pretty good job, but let's go ahead and see if we can get this goal, and if we do, I think the Portland's going to be in trouble.
All right, good luck, Coach. Socio comes out. Beccarelli, the big scorer. He's got a goal and an assist tonight. Back to Corvo. Socio, one of the Buffalo players who was Cerrone, ran into Carlson, knocked the net off the line, and we get a whistle. And let's see if they bring the face-off to the circle dot or outside to the other circle. There you see Cerrone bump into the goaltender. Carlson was looking for a penalty. I'm not sure if he was knocked into the goaltender by one of the Portland players. Looks like it was. There was confusion at both ends near the goaltenders as Corvo wanted to get the outlet, and Vitucci was thinking about pouncing on the puck with St. Cyr in front of him. Inside 10 minutes remaining in regulation. Portland 7, Buffalo 6. Beccarelli in that sharp angle. Passing, score! Yes, it did! A late response on a sharp angle shot. Socio from Beccarelli. The referee did not signal it. The red light was put on. Goaltender is real upset, you can tell that. Not much of an angle there for Socio, but he seemed to find some room behind. The pass was precision right here by Beccarelli. Socio's on the other side. Now he raises his stick right away. So there's no doubt in his mind it went in. Now I think we're going to get a good look at it right here. Goaltender comes across. I don't see the puck. We can't really see it. I think the officials are going to call it off. Another look there. The stick is reached around behind himself. The goaltender, Carlson, keeps it out. He kind of just shoveled. We'll try to take a look.
very slowly here. Look at the puck. It's coming across. But watch the stick of the goaltender, Carlson. He doesn't give up. He gets the shaft flat on the floor. And you can't see any puck crossing the goal line. So a big save by Lance Carlson. Buffalo thought they had it on the power play. Pretty good pass him. But it never appeared on that look. And that was about the best look you could get at it. That it went across the goal line. There you see it, frame by frame. Lance Ocho's there, and he redirects it. I think it's just the stick of the goaltender. He's reaching back.
The goal judge has come out onto the surface to explain his decision. That he put the red light on a little bit of a delay, and the referee really never responded. Let's see. No goal. No goal. And I think our replays definitely support the official.
Definitely, and I think the players here on the Buffalo bench are not really surprised. Alex Hicks is out on the floor, so he has a few words there for the official. Chris McSorley remains calm. That's the job of the coach.
You know, it almost looked to me, Jim, like the referee, or rather the goal judge, responded to the shooter who was putting his stick up.
Exactly right,
because he didn't put it up. He didn't put that light on right away. And perhaps that's what the goal judge said. It looked like it went in. He may not have even thought it was controversial at the time. Still 1:15 remaining on the penalty. They have 1:15 on the clock now. They'll have to adjust that. And they do. 10:44 on the clock.
John Black is looking up to the clock. Obviously, they want to work that out. I'm down here on the bench with Alex Hicks. Alex, I know you were talking with the official there. What was his explanation to you?
He said that he didn't see the puck go in, and I questioned him. I said, well, you pointed, so the only time you can point in the net when the puck actually crossed the line, he said he made a mistake. So if he's going to be calling stuff before the whistle, then who knows what the outcome of this hockey game is going to be.
Did he talk about the goal judge and his input at all?
He said the light went on, and it was between him and the goal judge, so I don't know what happened. The goal judge put the light on, he pointed, so there should be no question that it went in the net.
They have 10:44 on the clock here, and I'm sure more time has elapsed than that. A few minutes ago, and we said there was under 10 minutes to go. So I think they've added some time here. And I'm not sure anybody realizes that. Socio comes in. Socio across the surface. Corvo shooting. Hit the leg of Balasevic, sent it all the way down. Jim, I wonder if we can follow up on that on the surface. There's 10:20 now on the clock. And the penalty was at 1:31. There's still 42 on that. So there's obviously some mess up. Anyway, in front, Cerrone goes across the surface to Socio. Back out to Corvo. To Socio shooting. Blocked by the goaltender. And he hangs on. And now we're told they're going to take a minute off the clock, which now reads 9:59 here at the auditorium. 30 seconds on the penalty. And they just moved it down to 8:59. So that's the official time in regulation. Another 30 seconds to go. And a lot of things happening here in the fourth quarter.
Buffalo wants to go to the front. It's Jason Cerrone. He's in front. Looking for a rebound or deflection. He had a goal early on a deflection. He had a breakaway goal, but that time the rebound was covered up by the goaltender. So Buffalo's forte, go to the net, drive to the net, get the big bodies in front, and try to create that traffic.
The RHI awards prize money somewhat similar to what you might see in golf or tennis. Winners making more and so on down the line. And it's heavily stacked toward the playoffs. The difference tonight is over $4,000 for the winner and loser. LeMay into Beccarelli. Big money indeed when you talk about mostly minor league players. That's a heck of a payday. Winning team will take about $8,000 and change extra for their playoff money. Losing team about $4,000 or so. LeMay comes in, shooting score! May have been deflected in front. LeMay got the blister off. Cerrone was screening the goaltender. A power play goal. We're tied at 7 with 8:35 to go. Wow.
It's just a simple game plan of a Stampede. I don't mean to sound so lackadaisical about the situation, but they're just going to what they do best. LeMay, he gets time, so blast. Why? There's traffic in front. It's Jason Cerrone again. It's good timing here by LeMay. Look at Cerrone. It hit something. I think it hit Cerrone again.
Or it hit his skate?
There's a whole bunch of a traffic jam in front, and finally he just raises his arm. You see the deflection. It comes in towards the left side of the net, but it enters the net into the right, so it went off of Cerrone. He was trying to get his foot out of the way. He doesn't dare it to the goal.
He's got a hat trick now. Quickly the other way. Lutsenko wide of the net. Did that other one hit his skate as well earlier in the game?
The other one went off his skate. This time it looked like it went off the back of his calf or something. The puck was off the ice when it hit his leg.
He doesn't need a stick tonight. 8:13 to go. We're tied at 7-2-on-1. Martin charges the net. Hicks has it. Looks for the shot after passing it up. The opportunity to send it across to Martin. And Stops comes back. Lister stopped by Bertuzzi, who hangs on. Buffalo down 6-1. With 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, has roared back, scoring 6 of the last 7 to tie up Portland at 7.
Down here, Craig, with head coach John Blackshot. Obviously a difficult situation for your team. Credit Buffalo, they really thrown back here.
Yeah, they're playing real aggressive, trying to take us out of our game, and they're doing a pretty good job of it from one standpoint, but on the other standpoint, referee's got to make a damn call here. Last time I saw that many elbows, I was watching World Wrestling Federation.
Well, it's not going against you. You're finding yourself in a situation where you have to kill penalties instead of working that power play. Getting down here, tie game. Any changes in plan here?
Oh, we just got to get off our heels and take it to them. Simple as that. We got here by taking it to them and going forward. We got to quit staying on our heels and playing a defensive shell here.
Well, they got to look to change. The coach wants them to pick it up, go back to their game plan.
Well, a quadruple tag team effort here. 4-on-4 in the RHI. 7.5 remaining. We're tied at 7. Socio comes in around Balasevic, taking a chance on the backhand. He comes in. Big stop by Carlson. Another shot LeMay. And another stop by Lance Carlson, who hangs on. Great chance by Socio, who's shaking his head near the center line. What a stop by Lance Carlson.
Carlson coming up with a big save. He needs to get his team into this game. Buffalo is all over. Socio to the backhand, misses, runs out of room. And there's LeMay. He had the second chance with the goaltender Carlson. Let Socio hang on. At the same time, though, Carlson doesn't give up. He slides across, and Socio just rang it just off the side of the net. But there's the relentless attack of Buffalo. LeMay was in position to continue to go. Everything's going Buffalo's way.
The trumpeter with a great hockey sound. It's simple, but it says everything. Let's go Buffalo. And that guy usually works in Quebec City. Isn't that right, Jim? The NHL season?
That's exactly right.
Corvo comes in. Well, if this game's going up to Quebec, they're not going to be happy about that.
Is he playing that trumpet in French or English? I can't tell.
Might be a cornet. 7:13 to go. We're tied up at 7. Wow, this has been some finish. What a great finish for the RHI season. Again, Portland needs to win this game just to get even with Buffalo, and then we'll play a 12-minute mini game. Chris McSorley's team
Hold one and try to take the other.
needing just to win here in Game 2 to win the championship. You can see the streak Buffalo had. 6-1. It's the second quarter.
Just a little thing, Craig, but there's a lot of delay here between the face-offs. That's the way Buffalo wants it.
Next gets the draw from Beccarelli, shooting off the leg. Try to dump it out. Neal will grab it now. Jay Neal goes toward the net. Taken by Rimshaw. Andy with a goal and 2 assists. And now dump back to the Buffalo zone. Jay Neal goes after. 6:50 remaining in regulation. Portland at 4-0 after 1. 6-3 after 2. 7-6 after 3. Buffalo has finally caught up with a Cerrone goal at 3:25. Beccarelli comes in. Rosen in front. Downey tosses to the side. Now St. Cyr able to dump back to the Buffalo zone. And Hendry puts it right back in. St. Cyr all the way down. That'll be an illegal clear And they'll bring the puck back deep into the Portland Rage zone. Well, you look at Jerry St. Cyr, led the RHI in goals this year. Also played in the Colonial Hockey League. And what a year he had there, scoring 113 points, 50 goals for the Thunder Bay Senators. And he won the championship there. A lot of these players are very familiar with championship opportunities and cashing in on them. Many of the Toledo players, some 6 players played for McSorley at the Storm and won the ECHL championship. Here's Zaharov coming in. He had Burdnikov going toward the net. Stolen now by Baskirov. He circles with Burdnikov. Dumps it wide of the net. Zaharov trying to wrap around, shooting on the line. It stops. Zaharov put his stick up, and he does not get the call he wanted it. So another close call on the goal line.
Zaharov's trying to get that goal. His reaction, trying to fool the official. I'm down here on the bench with Chris Valasevic. Chris, let's talk about this situation. It looks like your team is on their heels right now. Buffalo is really stormed back. Anything you can do to get the game back in control?
Yeah, we just got to get our confidence back, you know. We took a couple penalties. They got on a little bit of a roll. What we need to do is really settle down, get back to our game, get a little bit more aggressive, and get a little bit more confident in what we're doing.
Is there anything that they changed from the first half to the second half that's made it more difficult?
Yeah, they're coming hard now. Before they were, you know, laying back a little bit and trying to trap us in the neutral zone. Now they're coming hard. We're creating some turnovers for them. We just need to settle down.
Baskirov gets the draw back to Stas. Misses with his shot. 5:52 to go. In regulation, Hicks comes out. Beccarelli charging toward the net. Hicks waiting. Clean shot. Blocked off the leg of Burdnikov, number 7. Beccarelli goes after it. The big goal scorer throws it wide of the net. John's been somewhat quiet tonight, having a normal game for a change. Here's Burdnikov coming in, flying around. Hicks shot stopped by Petrucci. A big one. Net got knocked off. The goalie put it back, which is nice. Keeps the game going. As Buffalo took it down. Alex Hicks goes after it. Craig Martin throws his weight, knocking the helmet off of Stas, who has to go for that helmet. Otherwise, it's a penalty. Beccarelli after it. Centering. Baskirov. Now to Stas up ahead. That could be an offside pass. And let him, after that, Neal play it. And that's eliminated the offside. Baskirov's shot stopped by Petrucci. 4:50 to go in regulation. Legal clear waved off. Stops the outlet to Burdnikov. Comes down the lane. Sahara fakes the shot, still has it. Shooting deflected over the net. And we get a whistle from the referee. He's pointing it. He may have lost sight of the puck. Burdnikov got his helmet knocked off, but he could not call him for a penalty there. It was only off his head of 2 seconds. 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in regulation. Portland needs a win to force the minigame. We'll be back in just a moment.
It still bugs me that I waited to try Old Spice High Endurance just because I thought all deodorants worked the same. Dumb. This proves the best. Better than leading stick. It evaporates less quickly. It also lasts longer and protects better. You can't ignore that. Or this guarantee. Try it. If you don't think it's the best, call 1-800-PROVE-IT, and they'll buy you a stick of yours. You gotta figure anyone that serious about deodorant deserves a serious shot. Come on, take the High Endurance Challenge from Old Spice. I did.
This little baby's what America's all about.
You wouldn't buy an overpriced car.
And it's a steal at $10,000.
So why buy overpriced car insurance?
We'll fix that.
Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. At Geico, it only takes 15 minutes to get a line-by-line comparison on your car insurance. So you'll know exactly what you're spending and what you can cut out. Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Want to learn how to stick handle, skate, pass, shoot, pick out gear and avoid penalties?
Yeah.
You got to pick up the phone and get sticks and stones.
What's that?
Sticks and stones. The Video. It's the hottest new inline roller hockey instructional video on the planet.
No way.
Way. Call 1-800-ROLLER4 and call now. It's only $19.95 and we pay the shipping. Call 1-800-ROLLER4.
Do you know which types of mutual funds are performing best right now? Get the answers when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Call now and you'll also get a free guide to understanding money and investing. It focuses on the risks and the rewards of investment. Get your guide free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Get 10 weeks of the journal for just $36 and the guide free with your paid subscription. Call toll-free 800-572-2600. That's 800-572-2600.
Buffalo has stampeded its way back into a tie, 7-7. Nick Vitucci, the life of a goaltender. Makes a save, crash, the net comes off. What do? Well, hey, you keep the game going. Look at the goaltender. Reach back, get the net, put it back on the goal line, get set to play again.
Nice work there. Here comes LeMay looking for some more nice work. Big save, a foot save by Carlson, actually. Andrew taken down. Shot looking for a call. 4:20 to go. Downing looks to check him. Now St. Cyr. Nice back pass for Valasevic. Here comes Chris Valasevic. Socio knocking it away. Tom Nimitz will play it. Down from St. Catharines, Ontario, not far from here. 1990 10th round pick of the Minnesota North Stars. LeMay going after it. Good check away from the play. Actually, with the referee who fell down. And the crowd responding. Ref very slow to get up, in fact. Socio coming in. He has LeMay. The shot. Hooked down, no penalty. Nimitz. Taken away by Downey. Knocks it toward the line. Nimitz dumped it right back in. Now Downey again with 3:29 to go. Downey ahead to St. Cyr. Shooting. Quick shot. Wide of the net. Valasevic avoiding the check. Taken away nicely by Socio, and he dumps it down. 3:15 to go in regulation. Referee Mike Condon is still hurting. Leaning over. Deep in the Buffalo zone. Rimshaw pushes around the D, comes in. Nice stick shot by Vitucci. He got the stick out and dropped the deep by Andy Rimshaw, and we stay tied at 7-7. They're standing again at the auditorium.
Nick Vitucci, the goaltender, taking control with a little poke check here. Smart play. Rimshaw really doesn't have control. You saw the bouncing puck. And that's the key for the goaltender. He spots the player in trouble, goes out, and forces the play, and he swiped it right off the stick. One of the few chances Portland has managed here in the second half. And finally, Vitucci hangs on, covers up. Once again, anytime the game is slowed down by holding on to a puck for a face-off, just a little delay. I think Buffalo likes that. It keeps the tempo a little bit slower. Referees, get it away. Hey, Tommy Nimitz trying to play there. Referee goes down. And I'm sure the fans had a good laugh on that one.
Landed right on that left knee. That's why he's still hurting. 2:52 remaining in regulation. Stoss bats at it. High chopping puck. And it's finally contained by Zahara. Mike Zahara drops it back for Sergei Stoss. Slap shot through a screen wide of the net. And up over the glass. Off the stick. And out of play with 2:37 remaining. There's John Beccarelli. Played for the Italian national team in Albertville in the Winter Olympics in '92.
One a few times tonight, you're going to see him without a Portland Rage player all over him. They've guarded him very closely, and I think Buffalo made an adjustment early in the game, especially on the power play setup. Beccarelli finding new ways to get open. The series and the championship is on the line. 2:37 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's tied 7-7. And certainly expect Beccarelli to be on the floor. That's exactly where he is. He's been intimidating just with his presence. John Black, the head coach to Portland, the game has got out of his hands. He has to find a way to settle his team down.
John Beccarelli likes to work on old cars in his spare time. Loves Corvettes. He's looking for one. Shot from the point, stopped by Vitucci to hang on. Just today in Bowling Green, Kentucky, they are opening up the National Corvette Museum. Had the ribbon cutting ceremony today, and John said, boy, I'd love to be there, but rather be here, at least for this one. But he'll get over this. Here's John Black. What a great story, John Black. He does not come from an ice hockey background. His family owned a roller rink when he was a youngster back in Los Angeles. Grew up in the industry. He's a lawyer. He specializes in insurance defense, but could not resist the lure of getting into the RHI 2 years ago. Got stopped by the Ducey. He says, what would you rather do, depositions or being interviewed by Jim Fox and coach championship games? That's Kirov setting up, shooting, Berdnikov wide of the net. Good setup by Bashkirov. 2:07 to go. Doss dumps it in. Berdnikov goes after it. Berdnikov checked by LeMay. Beccarelli punches it toward the line. And now it's sent in offside by Bashkirov with 1:55 to go. Well, game rewind. Chris Bergeron on a high-sticking major, ejected, but Buffalo scored a shorthanded goal, and that evened up the power play goal by Portland, a major factor, plus the penalty shot stopped on St. Cyrs' opportunity. And John Beccarelli, the big scorer, held to a goal and assist, but he has been effective. And, you know, you can't win a championship by yourself anyway. And John came in here with 19 goals in his last 4 games, but there's no way you're going to win it with one man. And tonight he's getting some support. And who knows, he might be primed for the game winner yet. He had 7 goals in game 1 of this series. As Socio comes in, lots of Neal in the back end, trying to get around his man, no penalty. That's a pretty good call in that situation. They're just too vital. Neal again in front, bumped by Downey. Leaves it, shot, goal! Hendry! John Hendry! Well, at UB and around Western New York, they are celebrating goal number 8. Buffalo takes the lead.
Hendry doesn't score much. He just picks up a little loose garbage there and rifles it right to the top of the net. Good reaction. I think, Craig, just another example of how Buffalo has pressured Portland into those little turnovers, especially in the second half. And Portland's running of options. Carlson sets, and then it goes right over his shoulder. He kind of leaned in. He tried to stay with it as long as he could, but he knew right away, as soon as it went by him, it was into the top corner. Regroup, I think, is the issue for both teams. Buffalo has to try and get their mind back on this last minute 27. 7th goal playoff for Hendry. With Portland.
About 30, 40 seconds. Okay? First chance to get.
With Portland, they have to try and find some way to get the momentum, to get the confidence back. And the fans here love it. John Black, he's got his hands full.
1:27 remaining. Hendry scored 12 goals in the regular season. He played a big role on the 1992 NCAA champions, Lake Superior State. He then won a championship in Toledo. As you look at the wacky fans here, he won it for Chris McSorley as well in the ECHL, so he had the NCAA title in 92, ECHL title in 94, and now he goes for the RHI title in the summer of 94. It's been a long summer for these players. This is their summer job. They'll go back to the ice in just a few days. But how rewarding it has been for both of these teams, and for that matter, for all the players around the RHI in big year number 2. 1:20 to go. Now Portland needs one for a tie. Balasevic throws it, blocked down, he's dumped down. Cerrone comes out, 2-on-1. Cerrone did not realize that he had Glesman, and he flipped it up over the glass with 1:12 to go.
Jason Cerrone has a little smile there. There was a 2-on-1 going, but he really was unsure, and the puck was on end. That's the reason it made its way into the crowd. He wanted to get at least a shot on goal. And because it went so high, I think he's just telling his teammate, hey, I'm trying to get something going here. If it doesn't work, let's get a face-off. And that's exactly what he did. He just rifled it into the lower row of the sand.
Jim, when do you take out Lance Carlson? A minute 12 to go.
I think you have to wait till you establish some kind of control down in the offensive zone. You know how quick it can turn here in roller hockey. I think you have to wait for that control. Otherwise, the other team can really counterattack quick. You need the goalie in for that.
He's moving out a little bit now. 104 to go. Shot steered up in the crowd. 102 to go. Face-off deep in the Buffalo zone. Let's see if he pulls them down.
That's the first part to this plan. Get the face-off deep in the zone. Then that gives you a good opportunity to see everything right in front of you. The goaltender can see if the face-off is won, and if it is, Lance Carlson, you see him, he's already halfway out. He's out to the top of the circle. His team wins this draw. Any kind of control, he's coming right to the bench for the extra attacker.
Jim, a lot of coaches at this point already pull a goalie.
I like this way right here because you have to wait to see with a face-off. Still 102 remaining. Now, you don't want to take your team out of it too early. There's a familiar face, Vecchiarelli. Cerrone with a hat trick tonight. You mentioned it just a few seconds ago, Craig. Vecchiarelli getting some help tonight on the offensive end. Cerrone coming up big, planting himself in front. Now he's there to take a defensive draw.
Ice hockey, your goalie is out. High-scoring RHI, you have some second thoughts. A minute to go. Buffalo needs only to win and hang on here to win the championship. Portland needs to win this one and the mini-game. That will only happen if they can win here, though. Balasevic plays it. Carlson working his way out, 45 to go. Balasevic comes in. Slap shot, big shot! Kicked aside by Bertuzzi. 40 seconds to go. Carlson is halfway out of the net. And now he'll go back to play it with 35. Goes across the surface. He's got to come out now. 30 seconds to go. Balasevic comes in to St. Cyr. Leading scorer lane shooting. Wide open. Blocked by Cerrone. 25 seconds to go. Illegal clear on Buffalo. They'll bring it back with 20 seconds to go. Jim, I know this is not the NFL here. It's a growing league. Obviously, it's captured the enthusiasm around the country and here in Buffalo. But you've got to feel for these fans here who have lived through 4 straight Super Bowl losses. And that head coach is trying to bring them a championship. And it's going to feel as good as any if they can hang on for 20 seconds. 20 seconds remaining. John Black thought he had it looking good. He did. It was 6-1 at one point. With 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter, Buffalo has scored 7 of the last 8, including 2 in the third. LeMay got credited for the tying goal. Hendry, with a minute 27 left, scoring right now what is the leading goal. Balasevic is on the draw. Downey, St. Cyr, Grimshaw in a line. Balasevic actually is at the point now, and Baskirov is the centerman. He goes for the draw. Baskirov gives it back to Balasevic. Setting up Baskirov, 15 seconds to go. They dump it down low to Downey. Back to Baskirov, setting up for the one-timer. Shot stopped. Puck is there, 8 seconds to go. Balasevic can't control it. Tries to center it. Goaltender still out of the net. Thrown over the cage, 2 seconds to go. Buffalo's going to win. McSorley has won his 4th title in 2 years. 2 with Toledo. He goes back-to-back in the RHI with Anaheim last year and with Buffalo in their first year of the RHI.
Fucking right, you fucking...
Oh, let's go, we did it! Oh, shit, we did it! We did it! Good job, Mark. That's what it's all about. Oh, God! Go away, guys. Go away.
Oh, the book, you are the book, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Oh, the emotion is so special in sports. Always culminates with this great moment, a championship. Jim Fox.
I'm down here with obvious MVP John Vecchiarelli. John, takes a lot of effort. Everything has to come together. Can you sum it up for us? I'll tell you, we came out a little flat. We got back on our feet. They took a couple bad penalties. We got the goals. We came out in the fourth quarter. We said, we got to go all out. We got nothing to save it for. We don't want to play no mini game. And we pushed it to our max. And when you do that, you don't want to save it for nothing. You're going to come out a winner. They knew they had to go to you, but you got some help tonight offensively. That had to be important. They keyed on me tonight, and I'll tell you, I couldn't get too many shots away. They were following me around the ice. It didn't matter where I go. And I'll tell you, our other players came through big. And I thank them. I mean, I couldn't do nothing tonight. They were watching me like a hawk. All right, John, go celebrate.
Rich McSorley, if his mic wasn't smashed.
You did it again. Hell of a job, buddy. Hell of a job.
Oh, he got him again. And Jim's got him now.
Down here with Chris McSorley. Chris, the fans here loving it. You gotta love it.
Well, I said it come back, it always makes it sweeter. They always said, if it's easy, it's no fun, and it doesn't appreciate it as much. God bless these boys.
You always say that you have the horses. What do you think came together for your team to go all the way?
I guess that short-handed goal there, right there later in the game, and even though we gave up when we grabbed that short-handed goal, that goes to say the type of heart this team has.
Well, Chris, time to join the team, I think.
I just want to say hello to my wife, Terry, and Dad and everybody, and thanks for your support.
Thanks, Coach.
Very classy act. This is the Dennis A. Murphy Cup. Dennis, the founder of the ABA that merged with the NBA, founder of the World Hockey Association that eventually merged with the NHL. Dennis Murphy founded the RHI. The cup is named after him. Commissioner Ralph Backstrom is on the surface. Alex Hicks will take it around.
We came back. Francis Pastorelli, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good guys. Good job. I can't hug the referee and chief. I can't hug the referees and chief.
There's a lot of debris on the surface. Not as easy to get around with the cup.
What's all about, Mark? All this fucking grease.
Nick Batusi, what a season he had. He played more than anybody else. Tonight he faced 41 shots. He gave up 4 goals in the first quarter, but he played very well after that. Buffalo was down 6-1 with less than 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. They scored 7 of the last 8, and they played like the champions they are. Jay Neal holding the cup. It's been an exciting season here on ESPN of Roller Hockey International, a breakthrough year. We hope you enjoyed it. I know for Jim Fox, we certainly had a ball bringing it to you. What a final. Buffalo, Murphy Cup champions of 1994. An 8-7 victory over the Portland Rage to win it all. For Jim Fox, I'm Craig Minervini. So long, everybody.
Coming up next on SportsCenter, the U.S. Open, where the grass isn't always greener and self-affirmation isn't always enough.
I'm good enough. Smart enough. And gosh darn it, people like it.
Sometimes it's just better to walk softly, and sometimes it's not. The finale of the indoor war. A veteran linebacker proves you can go home again. What about a new address for Dion? Major League Baseball faces a new deadline. A new season for our Swami, and this guy's got a nose for the ball.
Ah, you can smell it in the air.
Are you ready for some college football? We'll size up Saturday. So how are we doing so far? Obviously, the guy's afraid of commitment, or else he would have said he loves SportsCenter. Next.
We, however, are not afraid of commitment at least 30 minutes worth. Steve Levy, Brett Haber, we welcome you to SportsCenter. Seeds were being planted all over Flushing Meadow. The tennis in a bit, but first, more gloom and doom from baseball's acting commissioner.
Yeah, the latest gloom sounding very much like an ultimatum. According to Bud Selig, if the baseball strike isn't settled within a week, the baseball season should be and will be canceled. According to Wire reports, Selig called Donald Fear on Friday to let him know of the newly imposed September 9th cutoff date, though he did say the decision has not been ratified by all the owners. Said Selig, quote, "This appears to be the most pragmatic approach. If you work the calendar back, September 9 appears to be the logical date," end quote. The two sides, as you know, have not met since August 25th. Now, if you're still keeping score, the players have now lost nearly $100 million. The owners nearly $200 million. But good news for the more crunchy baseball ecologists. 9,497 baseball bats have been saved during the strike. This based on the roughly 79,000 bats Louisville Slugger provides to baseball every year. And, of course, that is a lot of lumber.
To tennis in the U.S. Open, where for Pete Sampras and every other player, good footwork is as crucial as any serve or backhand. Sampras, the best player in the world, has the serve and backhand down pat. It's the footwork that was potentially troubling. His highly publicized left ankle injury didn't hurt him in his opening round win, but now he would have to deal with his right big toenail cutting into his toe as he took on Daniel Vacek. Is there a clipper in the house? First set, 5-3, Sampras serving. Sampras a nice volley at the net, then the backhand smash to win the first set 6-3. Third set, Sampras serving after taking the first two. Sampras the volley again, and another smash. Watch this one. Bang! The overhead smash winner. He wins 6-3, 6-4, 6-4. 17 aces for him. He'll face Roger Smith next. Sampras completing his victory in 85 minutes. Sampras on his ankle and toe said when you get the adrenaline going and playing in front of a packed house, you really can't think about it. The 11th seed, Jim Courier and Andre Godenzi. First set, Godenzi has Courier on the ropes. Jim stays alive with the over-the-shoulder save coming up here. Watch it. The save, but he loses the point anyway. Godenzi took the first set, 7-5. Second set, Godenzi serving. And he would take the point with a forehand winner. Then he'd win the game. He would tie the set at 5 apiece. Eventually won the set. Won the second set. Lost the third. 3-6. Won the fourth. 6-3. Godenzi won the U.S. Open in 1990. The junior boys title. He has more winners than Courier. This one 39-37. A lot fewer unforced errors. 34-44. Courier's 22nd consecutive tournament that he will not win.
Not putting the effort that I was looking for out there in my first match and today, you know, like an ask is what I give myself, you know, the best chance to play well, and today I didn't play particularly well, but, you know,